Hi, everybody. I'm Allie Price.
And I'm Gwen Phillips.
And this is Slumber Party! Blondes really do have more fun.
Here we have Andrew Johnston in bed with us, a great Toronto comic.
Cozy.
Last Thursday of every month, hosts Laugh Sabbath at Comedy Bar.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You live downtown.
Like Greek town. So yes, I live in downtown. I don't know why I even qualified that. It's because when I moved there initially, like Broadview Station, when I moved there initially, everyone was like, you live so east. I'm right by that Dairy Queen. Boy, am I.
Oh my
God, you couldn't tell.
Ooh, can we call you the Dairy Queen?
No. You can call me the Brazier. No, because you know it's Dairy Queen and Brazier. Yeah, it's like...
Are you more of a hot eats or a cool treats person?
Treats.
Yeah, cool treats.
Cool treats.
Really?
The coolest.
You're a hot eat.
Oh, well, hopefully this weekend.
Yeah,
by
they're
the time
great.
that they're fine. By the time they're ready, either your ice cream's melted or you have it first. And having dessert before dinner. Well, what is this?
Yeah.
Opposites day?
Yeah, very déclassé.
There's this delicacy called, or a confection called a peanut butter parfait. It's just what it sounds like. It's like hot fudge, peanuts, peanut butter, and, parfaited with Dairy Queen classic soft serve. And, like, I remember I got really turned off of it for a while because someone said, like, oh, no, it's like the mayonnaise of ice cream. And so I was like, ugh. But then I looked into it. It's not like that. It's actually quite low fat. Oh, we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die at
sometime.
some point.
Yeah.
May I say you smell really good?
Oh, well, that's what showering does.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's the
You're very
secret.
fresh.
Thank you. Well, freshly showered.
It's like a bar of soap.
Just used one.
If you were the subject of a celebrity roast, which famous comedians would you want on the panel? Is there anyone that you would like, I'd love to have this person just rip a strip off me?
No, not really.
No one?
No.
No?
No.
Is there anyone that you would like to roast?
Ann Coulter. Probably Katy Perry, even though I've softened on her considerably because she was very with her.
I love that was really the thing that turned the tide for you.
It did.
Oh, so how do you feel about Susan Sarandon?
Oh, God. Oh, she needs to calm down. Susan Sarandon, oh, God.
Were you a fan, though?
Of Susan Sarandon? Yeah, of course.
Of course. How could you not be?
It's Rocky Horror.
Bull Durham.
No, not so much that. And then Stepmom.
Oh,
Sure.
Stepmom.
I
I love Stepmom. She's so good at that. But damn it, Janet! Go with your vagina.
Whatever, it's not like Susan Sarandon's vote would have, made it.
It might have tipped it.
It's not like millennials were really plugged into Susan Sarandon. But yeah, your votes for Jill Stein were a waste of time. That's who I would roast, Jill Stein.
What would be your signature catchphrase?
I just was talking to my best friend in New York today, and I was talking to... Okay, I'm not going to explain the context of what this was, but I said, I'm definitely going to need to sing for my supper. I'll tell you off camera what that was in context to.
Okay, great.
But I'm definitely going to need to sing for my supper.
It's a long one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
Do you feel
that.
like you sing for your supper a lot?
Yes. Constantly.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Well, what isn't a transaction? This is no, it's not transactional.
It's not.
Wait, what are
No.
you trying to get from
You
us?
pay us.
I know, exactly. What? Nothing.
You did take an apple from the craft service.
Yeah, you know what? So there it is. That's all I came for.
All a
I
transaction
came for
at
the
the end.
apple.
Which actor would you want to play you in a biopic?
A few years ago, I was told that I was like a dead ringer for present-day Macaulay Culkin. Yeah. So
I actually
sure, go with
don't
it.
think you look like him at all.
I feel like I kind of look like Angelina Jolie's brother, who she made out with the year that she won the Oscars, James Haven Voight.
You remember when she kissed her brother? She won the Oscar for Girl Interrupted,
And they,
and
like,
then she
made
grabbed
out.
her brother,
Yeah.
and they just made out, and then she got up, and I think like the first or second thing she said was like,
I just
I'm
told
sorry.
my brother how much I love him. Thank you very much, Academy. And she was
She
dressed
won for Girl Interrupted.
very goth.
Yes.
Of course she did.
I forgot.
Tour de force.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's something in there.
He is kind of handsome.
I also used to think that like when I used to be like really thin that I looked like Jennifer Garner. But anyway. Back when I was in university and she was on Alias, I
Yes,
was looking
of
through
course.
I was looking through this like weekly, and I was doing like a production of Cabaret at the time. So I thought like, oh, I just, I might have been in it or something. Like there might have been a picture of me. So I was like flipping through it, and I saw this little thumbnail, and I was just like, oh, there's me. I'm like, that's Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, so Jennifer Garner would play you in the biopic.
You know what? Yes, I like her. I'll sign on to
Oh
that.
my
Do people ever
God.
say you look like anyone?
I get Carol Burnett and Liza Minnelli.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Great, good.
Those are great ones.
Yeah.
Should we play?
Gwen must be Blake Lively you get, right? I was just
No.
going to say,
Never gotten Blake Lively.
what? You've never gotten Blake Lively.
Never once.
You look so much like Blake Lively.
I feel like I don't look anything like Blake Lively.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you look so much like Blake Lively. How is this never something we've discussed before?
I don't know. I used to get Kat Deely.
Oh yes, there you go.
Hello, we're back.
What's your
especially
Kat
when you do
Deely?
that.
And did Kat Deely really need to be British?
No.
Like, did they really need
She
a
didn't
British?
need to be, but she is, right?
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch The Swan?
No.
Oh, that was such an awful show.
It was
but
the
I
best.
definitely
It was
did
so
watch
great.
it. The premise was like,
Kill a swan.
yep, and people
Basically.
did.
The premise was it was like an extreme makeover show, but it was like really like base superficial where they would have these two women come. They really preyed on these women, like with really low self-esteem. A team of surgeons plastic surgeon would just completely remake them. For 3 months, they would need to like work out and eat cabbage. And the kicker, they were not allowed access to a mirror.
Oh
for
my
3
God!
months. There's a reveal where they have like
It's
a
a
full-length mirror,
competition?
and they have this velvet curtain that's swung up into the rafters, and they see themselves for the first time. So there were 2 of them, and then one would be basically like, "You look hotter." Like you,
Oh my God!
you took to the surgeries and like starvation better, and then at the end they would participate in the Swan pageant, and
This
then
is
one of the
terrible.
It was so
British show?
bad. No,
no,
it
it's
was
not.
American,
but
of course.
but the hostess of it was Amanda Byram, and she was a Brit. And I was like, why does she need to be British? The 2 seasons of The Swan, I'd recommend them.
Some of it.
Very Schadenfreude.
It's-
I remember getting very invested in The Swan. Like,
Yeah.
I remember the pageant, one girl got dismissed, and I was like, can't believe Christina Tyree didn't make it to the top 3. Like, it's like, I can still remember her name. Was
Where are you now, Christina?
I can also remember that was the American Idol season when Fantasia won, so I remember those 2 things were like neck and neck, and I was like,
Fantasia.
I had horses in both those races.
Oh, another one of your catchphrases.
Yeah.
There you go.
I had
yeah,
horses in
yeah.
both those
I
races.
have tons. Like I have like catchphrases like an 80-year-old woman.
As dry as a picnic egg. She had a face that would make a train take a dirt road. His breath was so bad it made the windmills turn on an old Dutch painting.
Grandma burn.
But
That's not bad.
These aren't catchphrases.
No, she had an hourglass figure with an extra 20 minutes added on.
Yeah,
that's a
those
good
are
one.
good. But that's not a catchphrase. Catchphrase is like,
Oh,
and you
yes,
can take
yes.
that to the bank.
Thanks for coming.
Andrew.
Thank you so much for having me.
Friendship candy bracelets.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Right? Very
We're
fashion
all
forward.
better
There we
friends
go.
now.
We're-
Oh, yeah. Good night.
Night. Oh.
Can you go, actually?
Yes, I can. Before any funny business happens here.